Welcome back to Dell Technologies World 2018. I'm here live with Mr. Mike Somerville from the University of San Diego.
Good
Welcome.
to see you.
Great to see you.
Aloha.
Aloha to you, my friend. How are you?
I'm amazing. Yeah, this is a great event. Every single year it gets bigger, more exciting, you know, a lot more to learn. You get to see all your friends and stuff.
That's great. Yeah, I saw you hugging Nina, catching up. She wants to catch up with you later.
I'm honored. You know, we'll talk a little bit more about the executive support that the user group gets, but yeah.
I'd love for you to hit on that.
Definitely.
But to our viewers, Mike Somerville is here to talk about his very popular and gaining more popularity Converged User Group.
Indeed.
In California.
Yes.
So let's start with sharing a little bit about what Converged is in case our viewers don't know.
Right, so Converged User Group started actually as the VCE user group,
right.
When basically the only product available was a block, right? And so now that there's blocks, VxBlocks, and then hyper-converged, we decided to change our name because it was infinitely more appropriate. But it actually also speaks to the culture that we have in our user group. And to just correct you, it's not just in California, it's actually global.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we have meetings at VMware, or VMworld rather, and then of course, you know, Dell Technologies World now. But we're in Barcelona, and we go to, you know, Mexico. That's
Barcelona, hello.
I know, yeah, it's a great option to go there. But I think the best thing really is like any user group you would want it to be, we actually, you know, really fulfill the needs of our members and the customers. I don't necessarily know how to operate what I've got in my data center 100%. So I'm going to check in with my, you know, my colleagues and that sort of thing. So it's a lot of collaboration, a lot of learning, and, you know, fun too.
Absolutely fun, and Converge is one of those, you know, I would say industry-changing, game-changing ways to deliver IT when people are trying to operate more agile, similar to cloud-like functionality, but in a private way because of security reasons and such.
Definitely. I mean, yes, more agile, but I think at the end of the day, you know, a lot of us that have even, you know, come from, you know, just like screwing in a machine, and like, you know, putting it into the rack. I think we also realize that, you know, the technology underneath, really, it should almost be transparent to the user it serves. And I don't expect, you know, for hyper-converged or converged to just magically work by me blinking my eyes. But, you know, that's kind of the mountaintop. That's kind of the fantasy. And, you know, I think we're getting closer and closer to that. I mean, you don't configure your tablet when you buy it, you turn it on.
Right, and I expect it to work.
You expect it to work,
Absolutely.
yeah. And so to the point of, you know, how we serve our customers, sorry for smacking the microphone there, at the University of San Diego, you know, our students have that expectation that everything should always be on 100% of the time, and, you know, 4 or 5 nines, that doesn't mean anything to them.
Right.
You know, so yeah, so we like to exceed expectations, and, you know, truthfully, we do it with Dell Technologies products. It's pretty sweet.
That's great to hear, and you have been, and earlier you were sharing a little bit about what's contributed to the success of the user group, and I'd like you to maybe elaborate on that a bit further.
Definitely, thank you, great point. So one of the things I think that any leader looks for, right, is to have the highest level of executive support. Because again, they're sort of the megaphone for the organization, right? And you could argue that Michael Dell, certainly very well known, an IT celebrity, I suppose, but also the people that everyone looks to him for the solution. What is your vision, right? And so we were honored almost 2 years ago now to have a meeting with Michael Dell and Karen Quintos, and so we have the highest level of executive support for Converged User Group, as does VMUG, but also for the Dell Technologies user community, that we decided, you know, would be a really great idea to sort of be a collaborative umbrella, if you will. Nothing that really gets a lot of funding and that sort of thing, but we allow the user groups to be independent, yet, you know, communicate very effectively.
I think that's extremely powerful because they allow you to operate kind of agnostically, and you can share true opinions that you see real life in the field, but the power of bringing the VMUG and the Converged User Group together is, I mean, it's genius, but it's also kind of obvious because both need to work together. It
almost is sort of obvious, right? I mean, you think to yourself, well, wait a minute, there's a whole bunch of logos now under this Dell Technologies thing, but why are there these, you know, sort of siloed, I suppose, to use a, you know, word that people find negative in the IT world, a bunch of siloed user groups, right? We should really get together and collaborate, because at the end of the day, like, the only reason I knew that user groups were valuable is because when I started coming up in my IT career, I started going to VMUGs. You know, so it's a great collaboration, and we have precision desktops and laptops and that sort of thing on campus. We use, you know, wireless. We're looking at RSA for security, you know, and we've been using VMware since version 3.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for your partnership.
Honored.
I'm glad you received value from it.
Indeed.
You mentioned career, and I just want to close with the fact that Mike started his career as a systems architect, and he's now a chief cloud evangelist, which is a testament to how we invest in our customers in bringing them and training them to invest in the new world of hybrid cloud standardized on Converge.
Yeah, so thank you for that. Because
Absolutely.
It's increased my income.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Maybe
Yeah,
you can
indeed.
buy me lunch later.
All right.
All
no
right.
problem.
Thanks for watching. This is Lada Morris with Dell Technologies World 2018. We'll be back.